Hey there, welcome to another Photoshop tutorial from tutcast.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to be focusing on one of the new features in Photoshop CS4, and that's content-aware scaling. Now I don't know exactly how to explain what it does, but it is mind-boggling. I don't know how they did it. I know Adobe licensed the technology from a school, I believe, who developed it, but it is incredible. Let me show you an example of what traditionally scaling would do. Let's say we want to scale this picture inwards a little bit. Well, traditionally we would hold down Alt or Option and scale it inwards like this, but you'll notice that the subject matter in the foreground is scaling as well. She's getting a lot skinnier, she looks distorted, it looks terrible. Well, with content-aware scaling, it recognizes certain subject matters and scales everything else. It scales repeatable objects in the background. It's just incredible. And to do this, what we're going to do, we're going to go up to the top, click on Edit, and then click on Content Aware Scale, right there. And that's all you have to do. And now go ahead and just scale it like you normally would. So I'm going to hold down Alt or Option and scale it inwards. And you'll notice the proportions of the female in the foreground are remaining the same, and everything else in the background is scaling. And if we press Enter, it's going to do its whole transform thing. Now this is a very large picture that I'm using, which is why it's taking so long. But here we go, here's the final result. As you can tell, the picture is a lot smaller horizontally, but if we go back to our previous step, we notice the proportions of the girl in the foreground are pretty much the same. So content-aware scaling is incredible at scaling things that should be scaled and leaving things intact that should not be. Now I'm going to show you one more example of how the content-aware scaling option can be useful. We're going to head over to this tab right here, and here we have a picture of a Hummer. Now if we wanted to take this Hummer and stretch it out, sort of like those massive limo Hummers, traditionally we can go ahead and scale it outwards like this, and then press Enter. But you'll notice that the wheels are a lot bigger than they should be. They're a lot more stretched out, they're distorted, and the whole image is blurry and it's ugly. It just doesn't work that well. Well, with content-aware scaling, it takes note of these things such as the wheels and the proportions of the car, and it scales it accordingly. So once again, we're going to go to Edit, Content-Aware Scale, and again, just like we do before, hold down Alt or Option to scale it in the center, and scale away. And you'll notice that the car is getting bigger. And if we press Enter and accept the transform, you can notice that the wheels are the same proportions that they were before. The car looks crisp, it doesn't look blurry, but there is an area in the middle here where this line gets a little bit distorted. But that can easily be fixed either with the clone stamp tool, the healing brush tool, or the history brush tool, which I'm going to show you very quickly what that would look like. If I'm going to move this over just a little bit to line up with the history, I'm going to grab my history brush tool, pressing Y, and very simply paint in just like this. And it's going to paint in the history of the image. And there you have it. If we hide the ruler, it looks great. So that's content-aware scaling, a very brief overview. It's an incredible feature new to Photoshop CS4, which was just released about a week ago, finally got to me earlier today. So, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you go out and pick up CS4. It's a great addition to the Photoshop lineup. And head over to tutcast.com, subscribe to our RSS feed. We're releasing early and exclusive tutorials. And until next time, this is Howard from tutcast.com. Take care.